Good day and welcome to the Sport Rev Show. I'm your host, Limba Mupetami. Let's delve into today's sports content, starting with the hit list. Ahead of this weekend's annual general meeting, there is growing discontent among local female netball administrators over the increasing involvement and occupation of critical positions at Commerce Netball by males. Many female administrators have complained about the increasing number of males who are also readying to stand for election, that is, saying that it's unfair for women. So this weekend's AGM should be heeded in Windhoek. The Namibia Paralympic Committee sent a group of 6 athletes and 1 guide to the Winelands International slated for Saturday in Stellenbosch, South Africa. The Namibian athletes are Bradley Murera, Petrus Karule, Johanna Benson, Martha Hetikalute, Rodley Kovasab, Chris Kinder, and Rivaldo Fomakosab, a guide. Now, Johanna Benson spoke to us from South Africa. This is what she had to say.
Okay, Johanna, just wanted to find out how does it feel to be back into the national team, and how has training been going for you?
I'm glad to be back in the camp and the competition. This will be my first competition that I will be competing, but it won't be the first for the Namibian, because I've been competing also last week at the late fall at the
In Grootfontein. Okay. Looking at it, Johanna, you missed out on the Paralympics in Japan, but now it's the Commonwealth here. How prepared are you to represent Namibia and running those qualifying times?
I'm just gonna do my best. I didn't promise anyone anything from the start, so I'm gonna just do my best in long jump, because Commonwealth there will be only a long jump. But here in South Africa, I'm gonna be doing 100, 200 and long jump.
Okay, so for the Commonwealth, you are only going to focus on the long jump. How well have you been preparing for it?
For quite a long time now.
What distance can you jump?
I've done my personal best in Bloemfontein. That time was 3.94 meters.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I can't wait to see Johanna Benson in action over the weekend. Now, the Copper Queens of Zambia piped the brave Gladiators to a ticket to the Africa Women Cup of Nations in Morocco on Tuesday. A very disappointed Senator Coleman used Twitter to express her feelings after the match, saying that she is very heartbroken, but that the team will rise from this defeat. Coleman, right after the match, went back to Turkey to join her team Fenerbahce, where she has already made 3 appearances and scored 5 goals. Now, with that, let's take a break, and when we return, we'll move onwards to the big game segment for the day.
Swiping or tapping your FNB Visa card is the safest, easiest, most rewarding way to transact. Because if you swipe your FNB Visa debit or credit card 3 times a month, you'll automatically be entered into the draw to win your share of a mammoth 250,000 Namibian dollars. Competition ends 15 February 2022. T's, C's and rules apply. Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables.
The big game focus for today looks at Ralph Rangnick's Manchester United versus bottom feeders Watford. To analyze the match, we have Joseph Naluwe and Tia James Wilson. They rather spoke about, just gave their 2 cents on what will happen in Saturday's match. Watch this. All right, welcome to the show, Joseph and James. So today's match, the highlight match of Saturday, is of course Manchester going up against Watford. Now, Manchester have been playing very well lately. They are fourth on the log. They have 46 points. On the other side, we have Watford, bottom feeders indeed, 19 points. Joseph, speak a little bit about Watford and the squad that they have.
Roy Hodgson's camp, army, if I may put it that way, they basically just started very well from the beginning of the EPL, the Premier League. They were quite impressive, and it's quite upsetting to the fact that they are now, second from the bottom, to find themselves in that position. That the red zone of the EPL relegation is not so far away. So you find guys with a quite impressive portfolio, guys like Joshua King, Samuel, and the guy that just came recently from Manchester United, Tom Cleverley. He's very smart, but it's just unfortunate that they are just not getting that formula that can actually just give them strong results and put them in the very good log position when it comes to the log. So we'll see what it comes. Recently, they played against Crystal Palace, and that was definitely a better result, losing 4-1 there. That was bad. So I'm pretty sure that Roy Hodgson right now is not sleeping. He's probably now trying to figure out what can I do is, to actually just stay up things, to make sure that, the team produce results and to just, in general, make the fans happy.
Yeah, now, James, speaking about Manchester United, they have been having a great run so far in the EPL, 46 points, the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, very, very hard-working player indeed. You have the likes of Harry Maguire as well. You have the likes of Paul Pogba as well. Looking at the match that they're going to face with Watford, speak about the team, the squad.
Hey, man, as a United fan, we expect and we want so much from the club, And, Manchester United this season, unfortunately, we've been great, but we've been inconsistent, We've been unbeaten for the last 4 games, which is great, but we've drawn like 2 of them, I believe. And the last game, 4-2, I'm very happy that happened because our players, the morale grew a bit because, Cristiano Ronaldo on social media has been stressing a little bit, he's been hoping for a stronger team, for community to be, to fight as one, because we all know he wants to win. He's our star player from the past and the present, so, we just hope that him and the rest of the squad, Paul Pogba, and Harry Maguire to come through. It's unfortunate that there are also rumors about Pogba at this point, people, there's a chance he might leave. People want him to, show up to become who he is and who we remember him to be. And, these small little inconsistencies in the chemistry for the teams can be difficult when it comes to small teams like Watford, because as Joseph mentioned, they can be a powerhouse. People like Joshua King are strong, fast strikers that can, cause upset at any time, and we need our Maguires and our, Freds to really control and handle the situation. So, I'm very hopeful. But if you're a Manchester United fan, you can also understand that sometimes even an easy game can be a hard one, and that's the Premier League as well. And we're going to have to see how it goes, but I'm sure we will come on top. Yesterday we played against Atletico Madrid, it was 1-1, it was all right, it's a big competition, so it was a big game as well. So I'm happy that they didn't lose, so I'm sure that the morale is still strong, still up there, and Coach Ralph will push them and make them do what they need to do this Saturday.
All right, now just looking at the influence that the likes of Cristiano have on the squad, and of course with the squad currently also having a new coach, a new manager, does that play a role in the way the players are performing? Would you say?
I would agree, yes. Once Cristiano Ronaldo came into the team, especially in a team full with so many youngsters at this point, everybody wants to be like him. Everybody wants to, win trophies and score goals and also, assist goals to him and just be in his era of playing football, because we all know he's he's one of the best players in the world. And I also think someone like him deserves to always play, deserves to have the power of a captain sometimes because of his experience. And I know that with him there, the training has improved because of his work ethic. The way of how our game plays and build-ups have changed a little bit because of how he plays as well. And in some cases, some people might find that unfortunate because now we're also restructuring our team around him. However, it's a winning method, and I'm happy that he is there. You can never go wrong with Cristiano Ronaldo.
Now, Joseph, coming back to Watford, if you were the coach of Watford, if you were sitting in his position right now, your strategy when it comes to Manchester United, what would it be?
I'm Roy Hodgson right now, and I hope we probably just thinking, planning to do the same thing or something. I would be work on my defense at the moment, and then I would also improve my wingers, and then also just maybe a little bit of stability in the midfield, and It can actually work in the advantage of Watford if they just have if they just develop this defensive attacking kind of culture way of playing, then maybe they can upset a team like Manchester United. Like James said, I mean, they are very strong, they are tough to beat, but then again. There isn't any equilibrium. You have guys like Maguire who have been making mistakes lately. You can catch them, napping, and then you can capitalize on that.
All right, now before we end, $10,000 on the table. Your predictions for Saturday's match, James.
Manchester United 3-1. They will win.
Joseph?
For Watford, you cannot be there. I actually thought that I would escape before that question. It's going to be a tough one for Roy Hodgson and his army. I think perhaps maybe 3-2, but I will give the victory to Manchester United. But I think Watford will score, provided that they are now in that relegation zone. They would produce some results. It will also be good for the guys to have confidence at this final stage.
All right, thank you so much, guys, and let's see how the predictions play out on Saturday.
Thank you for having us, Limba.
Thank you.
Well, of course, to Saturday's match, Manchester United versus Watford. My money definitely on Manchester United to walk away with that match. But Watford will definitely give United a run for their money. These clubs, these small clubs, you can't actually call a club small in the EPL, but definitely United will get a run for their money. Now, of course, with that, we move over to the Spotify segment with Brian Monango.
Choose your flex package with Paratus today. Sign up for ultra-fast fiber with the convenience of mobile LTE. That's 2 products in one bundle. It's new, it's one bill, and you can stay connected in more than one location.
For more information, visit paratus.africa/NA.
Always prepared. Paratus.
Swiping or tapping your FNB Visa card is the safest, easiest, most rewarding way to transact. Because if you swipe your FNB Visa debit or credit card 3 times a month, you'll automatically be entered into the draw to win your share of a mammoth 250,000 Namibian dollars. Competition ends 15 February 2022. T's, C's and rules apply. Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables.
Yes, thank you so much, Limba. So as we look into this weekend, it's going to be a very exciting weekend to look forward to. As the basketball after school at Katutura Youth Sports Complex are hosting the Volunteers Workshop, Changing Mindsets Through Volunteerism. That's their logo. We got an update from Mania Mukoshi, and this is what he had to say.
Hi, my name is Mantias Mukoshi, but they preferably call me Mani. I'm from the basketball after school. BS will be having a volunteership program which will be happening this weekend on Saturday to Sunday from the 26th to the 27th of February 2022. The volunteership program is basically catering for kids in our community and young teenagers who would like to impact their community in a positive way and bring fun activities to the little kids that we'll be having. So basically the workshop will be for people and we'll be catering for leadership skills that will provide to the students and give out activities that will help them master their when they cater for the younger kids as customer service, and also bring a positive impact through using them also to impact the other younger kids with the leadership program that they will be having, and just bringing up more skills and giving them more knowledge and wisdom into their activities. Thank you so much.
184 swimmers between the ages of 6 and 69 will be attending the Bangwinduk's Long Course National Championship in Windhoek, sponsored by Bangwinduk and hosted by the Swimming Federation. The event kicks off today and concludes on Sunday. So you guys could be expecting to see a lot of swimmers this weekend. Indoor Hockey League 2022 kicks off coming weekend at the showgrounds and in Swakopmund at the Dome, where we will be expecting to see a lot of action that will be starting as soon as Friday. In the Namibia Under-14 Championship, where all players have already turned up and they are ready to go, we'll be having the tennis championship for the Under-14s, where not all players are allowed to play, only those that are 11 years old and turning 14 by end of 2022 will be attending. It will take place at the tennis court, where we will see a lot of action. Each national federation in Africa can host only one African championship a year, of which outcome is sent to the Confederation of Africa Tennis. And that's it from here for me, Brian Munango. As we are done with our show, I would please catch us live at MyZone. Tune into our Instagram pages and our Facebook page. Thank you very much.
Swiping or tapping your FNB Visa card is the safest, easiest, most rewarding way to transact. Because if you swipe your FNB Visa debit or credit card 3 times a month, you'll automatically be entered into the draw to win your share of a mammoth 250,000 Namibian dollars. Competition ends 15 February 2022. T's, C's and rules apply. Switch to FNB, Bank of the Changeables.
Choose your flex package with Paratus today. Sign up for ultra-fast fiber with the convenience of mobile LTE. That's 2 products in one bundle. It's new, it's one bill, and you can stay connected in more than one location.
For more information, visit paratus.africa/NA.
Always prepared. Paratus.
Thank you so much, Brian. I mean, just showing that youth sports is very much alive and well in this country. You know, young athletes doing so much. That is, of course, as Brian just mentioned, the swimming that is that starts today at the Olympia swimming pool, running till Sunday, that is, and then tennis action as well as basketball. Now, of course, with that, we move over to Ari Hogarth, bringing us the segment which is called Globetrotter, which looks at international news. So it's over to you, Ari.
Good day, everyone. It's time for international sport, and we start off with some football news, some soccer news, and we start off with the Champions League. There was lots of midweek action, Champions League, and also the Premiership action. And the Champions League result is that the Manchester United played against Atletico Madrid. That was a round of 16 game. That was the first leg game played in Spain, and that game ended in a 1-1 draw. So Man United went behind quite early on in the game, but came back and scored an important away goal. Other game in the Champions League was Ajax that played against Benfica, and that game also draw. That was result was 2-2 Ajax and Benfica. Then the Premiership, English Premier League, there was a few games that was played midweek, and it is Liverpool that had a big result against Leeds, and they beat them by 6-0, and that was at the home ground at Anfield. And that is a big win for Liverpool as they move within 3 points of the lock leaders Manchester City. Both teams have now played 26 games, and Manchester City, they've got 63 league points, and Liverpool on 60. In third place at the moment is Chelsea. They've played 1 game less. They've played 25 games, and they've got 50 points. Fourth position is Manchester United. They've played 26 games, and they've got 46 points. Other results from the midweek Premier League results is that Burnley surprised Tottenham Hotspur, and that was a home game for Burnley, and they beat them by 1-0. A surprise in that Tottenham Hotspur just a few days ago beat Manchester City away game at Manchester City by 3-2. So Tottenham Hotspur seem to be quite inconsistent in their results at the moment. Another result from midweek is Crystal Palace that played against Watford. That was at Watford, and the Crystal Palace too strong for Watford. The score there was 4-1. Now we continue international sport with some tennis news, and there's a few big tournaments taking place at the moment. Mexican Open for the men's ATP Tour is quite a big event. Many of the high seeds in the men's ranking are playing there, and the news there is Rafael Nadal, number 4 seed. He's through to the next round. He beat Stefan Kozlov by 6-love and 6-3. Also through is the number 1 seed Daniil Medvedev of Russia, and he beat Abidjan from Spain by 6-1 and 6-2. And then Stefanos Tsitsipas also through to the next round. Results from the Qatar Open, that is the Women's WTA Tour, and that is Sabina Muguruza, that she beat Madison Brengle of the USA. The score there is 6-love and 6-2. And then also Arena Sabalenko, she beat Jill Teichmann, and the score, she's from Canada, and the score there was 6-2 and 6-1. And 17-year-old Coco Gauff of the USA also through to the next round. Then a result of the ATP, another result of the ATP Tour, that is the Dubai Tennis Championships is taking place at the moment. Novak Djokovic is playing in that tournament, and he's still through to the next round. He beat Karen Khachanov by 6-3 and 7-6. Number 2 seed, Andrei Rublev from Russia is also through. He beat Kan Sung-woo from South Korea, and that was in 3 sets. The third set was 7-5. And now on to some cycling news. It is the UAE cycle tour that's taking place, and they went into the mountains for the 4th stage, so it was the climbers that benefited in this stage, and it was the strongman on the mountains. It is Tadej Pogačar that won, and he won in 4 hours and 49 minutes, and he was a few seconds ahead of Adam Yates of Great Britain, that was in 2nd place, and Alexander Vlasov was in 3rd place. Overall standings at this stage is that Pogačar is now the leader on the overall standings after this great win in the 4th stage, and his total time is 14 hours and 2 minutes, 0.34, and he is 2 seconds ahead, just 2 seconds ahead of Philippe Gama of Italy. That's in 2nd place, and Alexander Vlasov is in 3rd. The next stage, the 5th stage, will be 181 kilometers. It will again be the flat stage, so it's time for the sprinters to come to the fore again. And on to some Formula 1 racing news. It is testing at the moment for the Formula 1 cars. They've revealed all the vehicles, all the cars, racing cars, but now it's testing in Barcelona. There's going to be 3 days of testing. On the first day of testing, it was Lando Norris in a McLaren that was the fastest, and it's all drivers had different tires on. Some had hard compound and some soft compound, but Norris came in very fast. It was also Charles Leclerc that had the 2nd fastest time. The two profile, or the two drivers that is favourite for the 2022 season is Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. Max Verstappen came in 9th best time, and also Lewis Hamilton 5th, but this is not an indication of how the vehicles are doing at the moment. The teams are testing in different ways. McLaren seem to have a good team going as well for this season. It is Lando Norris that proved they've got a good car, and his teammate for the season will be Carlos Sainz. And the more news from the Formula 1 was that Lewis Hamilton, he made a statement related to stewards. He said that it was very important, and he called for non-biased stewards all through the season. That's obviously related to all the events that happened last year. So that's all the sporting news we have, international sporting news. Have a great day, everyone, and we talk again tomorrow. All the best. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Ari and Brian, for today's content. Now, of course, for the viewers out there, please do catch us again tomorrow as we bring you a fresh edition of the Sports Rep Show. Please remember the Sports Rep Show runs from Monday to Friday. Now, of course, tomorrow's show will be brought to you, or rather the presenter will be Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, that is my colleague, so do catch him tomorrow. And if you're watching the show, if you know of any athletes or events that are happening in Windhoek and around the country, please do connect with us. You can find us on Facebook, that is SportRap. You can find us on Instagram, and you can also just send us a message. You can also look for me, Limba Mupetami, and of course we will cover these events and these athletes as well. Now, that is all we have for you for today. Like I said, catch us again tomorrow. So, cheerios.